Following the U.S. military capture of now former Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro, President Donald Trump says the U.S. is not at war with Venezuela. But at the same time, Mr. Trump told NBC News Venezuela would not hold elections in the next 30 days. Then, of course, there's the matter of President Trump and those closest to him saying the U.S. should take Greenland and other territories. So Greenland belongs to Denmark. That's clear. Mr. Trump says the U.S. needs it, though, for our national security interest. Here's Senator Mark Kelly pushing back on that.
Here's the thing that I really worry about. Now Donald Trump is talking about maybe overthrowing the leadership of Colombia, who's an ally of ours. That's different than Venezuela. Or maybe
sending messages to Cuba.
Greenland. I mean, is he going to bring up Canada again at this point? I wasn't really concerned about the Greenland thing again until this week, until he seems to be serious about going after a NATO ally of ours. That would blow up the entire NATO alliance.
So let's go live to the White House and CBS News senior White House and political correspondent Ed O'Keefe. Ed, walk us through what Senator Kelly means about the implications specifically to NATO.
Well, it's controlled by Denmark, which along with the United States is a founding member of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. And the Prime Minister of Denmark reiterated in an interview on Monday that if this rhetoric continues, it's considered unacceptable by them. And that ultimately, if this is something that you're pushing for, then it would mean the end of everything, as she put it. And by that, most specifically, the NATO alliance, which of course has been the bedrock of post-World War II security and global order for much of the world. The idea that all of these countries together would be united in such a way. And remember, there's a big element of the charter of NATO that says an attack on one is an attack on all. But is there anything in the charter that says what do you do when one member attacks another? No. So it would completely fray that relationship and probably really just with much of the world. We saw this morning a pretty interesting joint statement from the leaders of Denmark, Germany, France, Italy, Spain, Poland, the United Kingdom, in part saying Greenland belongs to its people. It is for Denmark and Greenland, and them only, to decide on matters concerning Denmark and Greenland. And the statement also reiterated that security of the Arctic, which is what's at the core of the president's fascination and concern with that part of the world, is a mutual concern and one that should be dealt with through NATO, is what these leaders suggested, or in cooperation, not by having the United States take over that piece of land.
Well, those NATO nations, also other critics of the president, not only concerned about his words in this regard, but also those of Stephen Miller with the Trump administration. So can you walk us through what Mr. Miller had to say, what other members of the administration perhaps have had to say on this?
Well, basically, they didn't rule it out. He gave an interview on another network last night, and when asked about it, made clear it's still on the table. Take a listen.
The United States should have Greenland as part of the United States. There's no need to even think or talk about this in the context that you're asking of a military operation. Nobody's going to fight the United States militarily over the future of Greenland.
The president's closest aides, one from whom he takes a lot of cues, thinks of this, and if he's among those suggesting that to the president, then you know it's something he's seriously considering.
Ed O'Keefe, we know that this story is not going away. We appreciate you staying up to date on it.